On April 26, 1986, the world watched in horror as disaster unfolded in what was then the Soviet Union. The Chernobyl nuclear power plant, located near the city of Pripyat in Ukraine, became the site of the world's worst nuclear accident. This event would change our understanding of nuclear power and its potential dangers. The explosion and subsequent fire released a massive amount of radioactive material into the atmosphere. The Chernobyl power plant was a symbol of Soviet technological progress, but its design had inherent flaws. The reactor's core, containing volatile nuclear fuel, lacked a robust containment structure. This meant that any significant malfunction could lead to a catastrophic release of radiation. The nearby city of Pripyat, built to house the plant's workers and their families, was transformed into a ghost town. Thousands of residents were evacuated, leaving behind their homes and possessions. The disaster served as a stark reminder of the human cost of technological failures. The events leading up to the Chernobyl disaster began with a safety test. Engineers planned to simulate a power failure to see how the reactor would respond. However, a combination of design flaws and human error turned this routine test into a catastrophe.
During the test, operators violated safety protocols, disabling crucial control systems.
As a result, the reactor's power output surged uncontrollably. This led to a rapid increase in temperature and pressure within the reactor core. The intense heat caused the nuclear fuel to overheat and melt, a phenomenon known as a meltdown. The molten fuel reacted with the cooling water, producing a massive explosion that ripped apart the reactor building. The explosion released a plume of radioactive material high into the atmosphere. This plume spread across parts of the Soviet Union and Europe, carrying with it invisible dangers. The immediate aftermath of the explosion was chaotic. Emergency responders, known as liquidators, bravely rushed to the scene to contain the disaster. They faced extreme radiation levels, risking their lives to extinguish fires and limit the spread of radioactive material.
The Soviet government began evacuating people from Pripyat and the surrounding area. Over 100,000 people were forced to leave their homes, many never to return. The evacuation was a massive undertaking marked by confusion and fear.
To contain the radiation, a massive concrete and steel structure known as the sarcophagus was hastily built over the destroyed reactor. This structure served as a temporary solution to prevent further release of radiation into the environment. However, the long-term containment of the site remained a major challenge. The long-term consequences of the Chernobyl disaster are still being felt today. The explosion released a significant amount of radioactive iodine-131, which can cause thyroid cancer, particularly in children. Studies have shown an increase in thyroid cancer cases in the years following the disaster, especially among those exposed as children.
The environment around Chernobyl was heavily contaminated by radiation. The exclusion zone, a vast area surrounding the plant, remains largely uninhabited due to high radiation levels. The disaster had a devastating impact on wildlife populations, with many species experiencing genetic mutations and population declines.
The Chernobyl disaster serves as a reminder of the potential dangers of nuclear power and the importance of nuclear safety. It highlighted the need for robust safety protocols, transparent communication, and international cooperation in the event of nuclear accidents. The lessons learned from Chernobyl have led to improvements in reactor design and safety regulations worldwide.